into God mode, man, let's get it going. I wanna be the greatest, energy is overflowing. I know I'm stoking the fire, my desire's taking over, not tired, I'm inspired, rewired. I know just what is required, my brain knows how to decipher. The message is looking brighter, already paid up the pipe, but my game is getting much tighter. I feel my body on fire, now it's game time, all the practice to prepare for this main time. I could do anything, that's my baseline. Go ahead and do you, I'ma make mine. You gon' read me in the headlines. Always go up, I don't know a decline. On the glow up, getting better with time. Yeah, I'm about to hit my prime.
The air is filled up with suspense. We've got our dreams we must defend, and we know what we represent.
So we'll keep fighting till the end, and we'll keep fighting till we win. This is our calling, this is our calling. Yeah, we'll keep fighting till the end, and we'll keep fighting till we win. This is our calling, this is our calling. Yeah, we'll keep fighting till the end.
Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the NFL Sunday Morning Show, Week 3. I'm here with my guys, AK, Football Talk with Bo, and Philly Halftime, the biggest a-hole. How's everyone doing?
Great. Thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah.
Yes,
love having
sir.
you
What's
on, man.
good?
Yeah, what's good, AK? How you doing?
Just staying busy, man. Staying busy.
That's always good. That's always good. And here is Tim from Sports Talk with Dad. How you doing, man?
I'm running slow on a Sunday morning. It's rainy.
Oh, yeah. One of those days, yeah.
Yes,
It's
it
raining here, too.
I'm cutting out for just a second. Be right back.
No, you're good. You're good. Take your time. So let's just get started with the good, bad, and the ugly from last week. So, AK, let's start off with you, man. You always complaining about you going last, so how do you feel? Good, bad, and ugly.
Listen, man. We've had some really good teams so far. We've had some really bad teams so far, and some ugly teams. I'd say the really good team so far for me. I don't know, man. A lot of people ain't talking about it, and I know Tim's going to roll his eyes down there, but I gotta give it to Green Bay so far, man. I know they have lost a game, but Jordan Love has looked pretty damn good so far in that Green Bay offense.
Yeah.
He has 6 passing touchdowns. He doesn't have any interceptions. He's done really well, man, and he's done it without Watson. He did it last week without A.J. Dillon, Bakhtiari, their linemen. So, I mean, dude, he's had a lot of issues there on offense to begin the year, but he's done very well with it. So, very impressed with Jordan Love and that Green Bay Packers team.
Yep. All right. Halftime. Who's your good?
The good?
Mm-hmm.
There's
And then we'll go back around for the bad. We'll go back around for the
all right.
ugly.
So my good would be I would go with the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens are hurt. They lost their running back, and they got a lot of injuries. And they ain't lost a game yet. So my good is the Baltimore Ravens right now, because they lost all the injuries.
Yeah.
And they're going up and beyond on that.
Mm-hmm. All right. And Bo, who's your good team so far?
It's really kind of been a lot of sloppy football. But the interesting one is the Bucs. The Bucs are interesting because we're playing Baker really play better than we've seen him play really most of his career. So I don't know that it really – yeah, I mean, it's not sustainable, right? It's Baker. Like, the wheels are going to fall off. But the first 2 weeks, they've been a solid team to watch.
All right, and Tim, who's your good team?
So for my good, I'm going to give it to the Cowboys. They've been very impressive so far in their wins. McCarthy looks, I know Kyle said it on the show, he looks like he's got the eye of the tiger back. I appreciate the shout out to my Packers with Jordan Love. He's looked good enough to win both games, but they didn't, sadly, and they turtled in the fourth quarter. But I've been very impressed with the Cowboys.
Okay, so for me, my good team is actually, I'm gonna try to throw a curveball here, but actually it's not a curveball, short. It's the 49ers. I mean, they just been like overpowered left, right, and center. That offense has been good. That defense has been overpowered. So for me, I'm gonna go with the Niners. So for that, AK, who's your bad team? AK? Oh, you're muted. So halftime. Who's your bad?
Ha! No, I was talking. I just was muted. It's too early sometimes, man.
Oh, I agree.
No, I think we all can agree, that there is only a few bad teams. Arizona really doesn't need to be discussed. We all know what they are. They realized they were winning last week and just decided to fumble everything. So, they are what they are. I'm going to go with bad. Chicago, man. I don't know what the heck is going on over there. They got some nice young talent on that team, and I feel bad for all those dudes over there because that whole place is just a shitstorm. So I'm going to just go bad for Chicago, man.
All right. That sounds good. Halftime.
My bad is Cincinnati.
Oh, that was my ugly.
My bad is Cincinnati. Offensive line is horrible. Joe Burrow has not been playing good. I know he has now he re-injured that high ankle sprain he had but they are not looking good at all. Like with two number one wide receivers, you guys, a good running back, you guys, they should be better than what they're showing right now.
Yeah.
My bad is the Cincinnati.
All right. Bo.
It's got to be the Vikings for me. They are exactly the team they were last year. They just aren't getting those close wins. They're not a great team. And, I had them taking a step back. I didn't have them taking, the year off or anything, but which looks like might be what they're doing. But, I probably have the Vikings in that bad area.
All right. And Tim, who's your
My
bad
bad.
team?
I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos. You got a coach that is obviously not enthralled with his quarterback. To say they're not on the same page is an understatement. I don't even think they like each other at this. Sean Payton certainly doesn't like Russell Wilson. They're my bad.
It's funny because it's like Peyton doesn't like him as a human. Like it's
Correct.
not just on the field. Like he's telling him not to kiss babies and
Correct.
I mean, he just doesn't like him as a human. That is crazy to me.
But to be honest with you, and I'm a huge Badger fan in Wisconsin, Russell Wilson was like that when he was here. He had a beautiful girlfriend when he was here. She was at the draft. The second he was in Seattle and Sierra came along, forget the girl next door. We're moving on. And he's always looking for a bigger, better deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So for my bad, you know what? I'm gonna go with the Vikings here, man. I'm going with the Vikings here. It's just so funny how they just got rid of Dalvin Cook. They let him go because of the money. Now they have Alexander Madison, who I'm a huge fan of, and then Cam Akers. It's just like, and Kirk Cousins is not going to take him anywhere. I just have that feeling where he's not going to take him very far this year. And then for the ugly, so AK, who's the ugly team? I think I know who you're going with. Am I wrong?
No. Definitely, man. You know, the only reason that I'm so rough on them is because of all the shit that they talked all off season, 11-6, and all this
Right.
bull honky and shit. And you know, I gotta say, the ugly is definitely the New York Giants. You know, they sit there and they really thought that they were on Dallas and the Eagles level, and clearly they're not. You know, DJ, I don't know what many people think, but I feel DJ had a pretty good amount of time in the pocket Thursday night. You know, there was some times that he was under duress, but he had some pretty good protection. That Giants team actually played very well Thursday night, way better than what most of us thought they would. And he still couldn't even get it done. So, listen, man, I've always said it. DJ is the issue there in New York, and until that changes, well, you know, I think we're sitting good on the NFC East side between us and Dallas. So,
Yeah. Halftime.
The ugly. I had to go with the Chicago Bears. They're just a shit friggin' show. I mean, when your quarterback is blaming the coaches in the same week, the coach is getting he resigned. The defensive coordinator resigns. Your quarterback's blaming their wide receivers. Yeah, it's just a dumpster fire over on with the Chicago Bears. It's just horrible look. And they need a change. They need to just blow that thing up. Get rid of managers. Get rid of everybody. I don't even know. But that's it for me.
Bo.
I'm with you there. It's definitely the Bears. I mean, when you have a quarterback coming out into the press and blaming coaching, and I mean, there was a bunch of stuff stolen from the stadium, so even the stadium doesn't have a good defense. Like I don't know.
that's funny as shit.
I forgot all about that. They got stuff stolen. I'm like, damn.
I forgot about that too. All right, Tim.
Anytime a team's headline includes had a visit from the FBI, bad, the ugly, all the above is the Chicago Bears.
All right. For me, it's the Chicago Bears, obviously. But it's nothing to do with the FBI, though. It's the fact they let go of Nathan Peterman on the same day that they picked him back up. I'm like, why would they do that? We're going to talk about more about the Chicago Bears later on in the show, but I just had to say that. They let go of Peterman, and they're like, you know what? We'll bring you back. Like, I just don't know what's going on. But who's your guys' player of the week? AK, who's your player of the week?
I wasn't ready for that one. Come back to me.
All right, halftime.
I wasn't ready for this one either. I'm gonna go with Bijan Robinson.
Oh God, here we go.
Just because Mitch don't think he's the man, but he was a beast. He was a beast last week. He is everything that everybody said he was.
Right.
Did you see where they grabbed the back of his hair and yanked on him?
Yeah.
And he just he went down, jumped back to frig up, like, all right, it is what it is. But his guys went there to help him out. I'm like, dude, I'm like, he didn't say. I'm like, the dude just was running. He's everything that everybody thought he was going to be.
Yeah.
So, to me, it was him.
All right, Bo.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll go with Gino last week. You know, he gets nominated for Air Player of the Week. You know, had a really efficient day, a couple of scores. You know, so I'd probably go that route. I know it's the homer pick, but I mean, you know, they took down a Lions team that has been playing really well.
All right, Tim.
That's why I didn't pick my homer team, because somebody up there is going to be picking him real quick. I know the guy on the left over there.
You talking smack?
No, I know
Oh.
what Mitch is going to pick already, so I didn't pick.
Oh. Well, I'm on your left. He's on your far left, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know, I know what Mitch is. I know already what Mitch is picking because he has you on the goddamn screen right now.
All right, Tim.
So I've got to go with. I had to. Purdy had a great week. His arm is obviously recovered, but I'm going to go with Bijan Robinson as well. That he's the reason I said the Lions should have taken him at number 8. He is just the guy who lives up to all the hype. He is a next level talent. He's going to be a force in this league for a long time. He could be the next Barry Sanders type runner. He's that good. He made Green Bay look like a freaking high school team the way he ran down our throats all day, which isn't a big thing against Green Bay. I get it, but I was very impressed with him.
All right. Damn it, halftime. Looks like I'm gonna be a Homer Simpson. I'm gonna take DeAndre Swift. I mean, just the fact that he just tore the Vikings apart in the second half alone, pretty much the second half. And once oh my god, Brian Johnson changed it and have him run, the game was over. AK, I hate
Yeah.
halftime.
I'm actually gonna say something I never thought I'd say in my life. I gotta give the Commanders some love here, dude. I'm gonna go with Sam Howell. A lot of people sit here and they criticize the kid, but you know what? Over the first 2 weeks, the guy's had over 200 yards passing, and the Commanders are 2-0. I've sat here and I told you the Washington Commanders have a pretty decent team. They have some weapons offensively, defensively. It just all will depend on if Sam Howell can just come out and not make mistakes. And so far, the kid's playing really good football, man. So I'm going to give it to Sam Howell.
Okay, and hold on. What is up, Chad? Thank you for stopping by.
What's up,
man.
Chad?
Thank you for stopping by, bro. Really appreciate it. And now we did talk about it before, but Cam Akers to the Vikings swap 6 conditional draft picks. So, AK, if you want to start this one, how do you feel about this?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of happy about this because I had their other half back in fantasy. So Williams and me are going to rumble this week. I'm waiting on that. So
Okay.
thanks for that trade. But yeah, it's a good pickup because the Vikings definitely were hurting after getting rid of Cooks. So we'll see. Akers is a very good halfback. His main thing is just kind of staying healthy. So as long as he can stay healthy, should be a pretty nice component to this offense, for Kirk.
All right, halftime. I know you and I talked about it yesterday on a weekend wake up, and we were making fun of Student Vikings content creator. But give me your thoughts.
Yeah, Cam Akers was wasn't he the third running back he dropped from the Rams? They dropped him down on running backs. I think he was like the third because he never could stay healthy. So
Yep.
you knew he wanted to be traded. You knew somebody was going to trade for him. Hopefully, it helps the Vikings because they're hurting that running back.
Yeah.
But his health is a question of it all because he never could stay healthy. But he is a good running back when he is healthy. So
right.
he can get a lot of yards.
Bo?
Yeah, it's funny because Madison actually isn't a terrible back. They just didn't use him at all. Like over the course of the first 2 weeks, he got 19 touches. I don't know any running back that's lighting up a scoreboard averaging less than 10 carries a game. Like that's just not how running backs typically work. So, I mean, sure, he might be a little bit of an upgrade, but if you're not going to hand him the ball, it doesn't really matter.
All right, Tim?
They should have worked something out with Cook. The Vikings had 11 one-point games last year, and they had to address the running game in some way. I still don't think Kirk Cousins is on the team by the end of the year. I think they're going to blow it up and kind of go into the draft and find their next quarterback. but it was a good pickup for them. They had to do something.
Yeah, for me, it's just like I had Cam Akers in my fantasy team last year, and I'm just like, please, just love of guys, can he resurge his career or something because he really hurt me in fantasy last year. That was god awful. I had him and Allen Robinson. What are the odds? So it's just like that was not a good for me. But yeah, Cam Akers, if he's healthy, he should be fine. And I'm a huge believer in Alexander Madison. I love the guy, extremely underrated. If he could get the ball more in Madison, he's going to be more effective. So Cam Akers, he's good. I got a hot take though. Kirk Cousins will be traded after Week 5. That's my hot take.
Traded.
Where you think he's going?
Oh, probably the Jets or something. Probably somewhere.
I've heard a lot of people say that. Why would Minnesota do that?
Because he's on
But
a
they
last
want to
year's
pay Kirk
contract.
Cousins.
He's
Well,
on a last year's contract. So it's just like if you're, let's say your record is 0-4 or 0-5 or something like that, maybe even 1 or 2 or something. And it's just like, why are we paying this guy if he's not doing anything? Let's trade him, just
yeah, but
start over.
The Jets can't pay him. The Jets don't have any.
No, I
cap
just
space
named their team. I just named
or
the
any.
team.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because they don't have any money or any trade capital to make that.
Right. I just picked the team. So it's just
No,
like
but I
whoever
mean, if
needs
we're
a
gonna
quarterback.
talk halfbacks and being moved, I'm gonna give you one right now. And I don't know, I wouldn't do it. In all honesty, I'd just fire their offensive coordinator. It would make things a lot fucking easier. But I believe Najee Harris is getting traded here in a couple of weeks. I wouldn't do that if I was Pittsburgh. He's being used wrong. He's being used as an outside runner when he's north and south. But hey, what do I know? I would not trade Najee Harris, but I have a feeling he's going to. Because Warren looks good. They're rookie this year, but they're actually using Warren the way he's supposed to be used and not using Najee the way he's supposed to be used. So it's very confusing. But yeah, that's probably going to happen.
Yeah. So Bobby goes, Vikings need to start over. They'll never win like the with Cousins. I agree. Okay, Eagles 45, Buccaneers 10. I like it. Okay, what does the logo say? I can't read it. NFL reality something?
Check.
Check. Yeah,
Sorry, I know that's a weird answer, but that's what it says.
NFL reality check, yeah. So my buddy Tyler wanted me to put this on here. I don't know why, especially what happened yesterday, but Deion Sanders getting attention at the NFL level. I don't know why he wanted me to put this in here, but he did.
I mean,
that was
yeah.
just.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
It does make sense, but it's just like after what happened yesterday, going up against one of the best, going up against a school that's actually good, they get blown out of the water.
Yeah, but they were also missing Travis Hunter. Not that would have made a total difference, but it does give them an extra dimension on both sides of the ball with him there. You knew this was coming for Colorado. They were going to somebody was going to punch him in the mouth.
Well, especially because they don't have a running game at all. It's something I was talking about from week 1. Like they can't run the ball. So as soon as you get against a good defense that can lock down your receivers, if you don't have that element, you're one-dimensional. Your game's kind of over. And then, at halftime, they had negative 33 rushing yards. I mean, that's not an effective way to win a game.
Yeah, but they couldn't. They like you guys said, they can't run the ball. So I was watching that game. I was like, I could not believe how bad they looked. But like, so it's the college time. But if he wants to, if he goes into the NFL, that's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, he has college, though.
I mean, but
He's a good coach.
You'll have good running backs. He'll have everything he needs.
Jerry Jones is somebody that would pick him up in a second. He won't get the control he wants, but it just seems like a Jerry move to me.
I was just sitting here getting ready to say, Dallas fans are sweating right now, being like, bring his ass here and his son, and let's rerun this shit.
You don't know it never worked because Deion wanted to go his own way, and Jerry's never going to let that happen.
Right.
But he will tell him he will. He'll give him the control, and then he'll pull it back just like he did with Jimmy, just like he did with Tuna.
Yep.
Yep.
So right now, who's the best rookie quarterback? Right now.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Yeah.
Flip a coin.
I'll start.
Flip
All
a
right, go
coin.
for it, Tim.
I'm gonna say Jordan Love. I know he's not a rookie, but it's his first time touching the ball. He's looked solid. He hasn't looked spectacular by any means. He's not the next Hall of Famer, Packer fans. But he's had a good start. Bryce Young is who I thought he was going to be. I don't think he's going to be a solution. Anthony Richardson has looked fine, but now he's hurt. Give Jordan Love some weapons, and I think the Packers have a sneaky, decent team. They're not going to get to the Super Bowl. But they've got a good core, and we'll see what. I still say we're going to know what Love is by week 8.
Is Tim coming to the dark side? Finally. That only took 3 weeks.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not on the dark side.
I wouldn't call Jordan Love a rookie though.
Well,
It's his
Look,
first year.
it's his
You,
first
you
year.
guys, you guys said Jalen Hurts' rookie year was his first full year start, and you can't sit here and not say that for this kid. Come on now.
I consider Love a rookie.
don't
He
say
hasn't
that.
been on the field for any amount of time. Okay, if we were going to talk true rookie, I think Richardson's looked the best, but he's out now.
Right. I was just
Bryce
thinking
Young,
that.
he's going to be knocked out. He is so small.
He's too small. He just got hurt again. He just got hurt, didn't he?
And
Yeah,
CJ
yeah.
Stroud is just not. I mean, he's the next David Carr.
Nah, Tim, stick with your love, man, because
I
I was
am.
going with I'm going with somebody else who isn't a rookie, so go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with second-year quarterback Gino, I guess. No,
That is dope. That is awesome. Props.
so I'll take Richardson. All these rookies are struggling because obviously you get drafted to a terrible team, and Richardson showed he showed that he is closer to his pro day than he was his college film, which that's encouraging if you're a Colts fan. But he's hurt, but so is Bryce, right? Like he's he injured his ankle, so he's not playing today. Andy Dalton's taking his spot. So the way these guys don't have offensive lines in front of them, I think all of the rookie quarterbacks are going to get hurt anyway. But out of the three, Richardson's probably my pick there.
All right. Halftime?
I would have to go with Richardson, even though he got hurt. But he looked like he was the most out of the rookies. He looks like he's most ready. He has that run capability. His games. He's pretty spot on with his throwing sometimes, but then he's a rookie, so sometimes he has where he will mess up. So the problem is the owner of the Colts is an idiot. So he's fighting himself because you got a number one, you got a great running back, and he's sitting on the sideline because you don't want to pay him.
That running back's going to be in Miami or Green Bay before long.
Yeah, he's going to be somewhere fast. But it's like the owner of the Colts is really hurting that kid. And I think that's going to be his downfall, is because the owner of the Colts is going to hold him back.
Mm-hmm. AK, I'm excited to hear who's yours.
Well, see, I'm having a complicated time right now because I'm torn between two, and I'm going to say them both because I know, Mitch, you're not going to say any of these guys, and you're the last one to go. But I'm going to put a split in between Sam Howell and Desmond Ritter.
I was going to say Ritter.
Oh, you were? Damn, I didn't think you would. Okay.
Ritter looks like
Desmond Ritter looks really good, man. This team is 2-0, and people have to realize, I believe Kyle Pitts only has like 45 yards in his first 2 games, and Drake London has 10. Like, they haven't even started throwing the ball yet. So I'm interested to see what this offense does when they actually open up the playbook for Ritter.
Well, you son of a bitch. You took my.
Sorry. I really didn't think you'd take Ritter. I didn't. My
Well,
bad.
no, you're good, man. You're good. Well, he took everything I said, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, all right, what's the next thing? Oh, okay. Here it is. The Bears. This is what I want to talk about with the Bears, right? I mean, obviously with the FBI stuff, Nathan Peterman. Is there a chance that they could turn it around? Do you think they could turn
Not
it
until
around?
the
Or is it just,
McCaskies fell.
Wait a second. Wait a second. What is Vic talking about?
huh?
What is Vic talking about? What violations did he do on field? Was that the pushing the ref?
Was it? Probably. That's the only thing I'm
Because
thinking
they
of.
didn't call a flag for it, so I didn't think they would do anything about it. But is that what that's about?
Probably.
It's
You can't
got to
push
be,
the
right?
ref.
That's interesting.
That's crazy. You can just completely clear all future guarantees. Oh man, the Browns would get so lucky.
Oh
Because
That's a
he's
shit
smart.
ton of money they save, man.
Yeah.
my god! But yeah. So
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
no, no, no.
I was
Oh, good.
confused.
Oh, good. I actually forgot about that, so I was gonna bring it up anyways. So, wait, Tim, were you saying something about the Bears?
Yeah, what the Bears are, whoever said dumpster fire earlier was spot on. The Bears aren't going to be, the Bears are targeting their new facility in Arlington Heights, and then they're going to sell the team, and they're going to get $6 billion out of it to set up the McCaskey slash Hallis family for generations to come. But until then, I, I don't see a change because they hired these defensive guys. They don't give their quarterbacks any help. I've said it a long time before. You start the team based on your offensive line, and then you get your quarterback. Without the line, they're going to be running for their life constantly, like C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young have been doing. So the Bears, with everything going on, they were the worst team in the league last year. I think they're headed for it again this year. That team needs to be sold. I hate seeing the Hallis family losing. I mean, we're losing a lot of NFL history there, but it's just time.
Yeah. Let's go with Bo.
Sorry, what was the question?
How do you feel about the Bears? Do you think they could turn it around, or
Oh,
officially
yeah.
over?
No, the Bears are hot trash right now. Like they turning it around. About the only thing they're turning around is the team bus. This season is off the rails. As soon as you have public disagreements between coaching and your quarterback, like generally that doesn't equal a happy team and wins. Usually it gets worse from there. So it is an absolute dumpster fire, and I'm here for it.
All right, AK.
Well, listen, the first thing I want to point out is you guys do realize their logo is the top of a toilet seat, right? I mean, it's kind of in the picture. So, it all goes hand in hand. Listen, I have a lot of respect for the Bears. As an Eagle fan, I've never really had an issue with them. I have family members who are Bears fans, and like Tim said, there is a lot of history in Chicago, man. Brian Urlacher, I can remember as a kid growing up, he was one dude I never wanted to see any of our teams meet in the middle. Fantastic linebacker. I mean, dude, they've had legends go through there. So, as bad as they are right now, they were once really, really good. So hopefully they can get back to there someday. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Halftime.
I gotta agree with Bo and Dad down there. I think the owner needs to fire, friggin' sell the team. I think that's the only way that they can get out of this mess. They need to blow up the whole team. They need to get rid of all the coaches. I don't think Justin Fields is a good quarterback myself. And, when he sits there and he's blaming the coaches and he's blaming his wide receivers, like I was saying, I mean, it's just not that good. I mean, then your defense coordinator. He's got the FBI sitting at his house, taking his computer or whatever he's doing. I mean, like, really? You're making all this money and this is what you got to show for it? A shit show like this? I'm like, yeah, it's just a big dumpster fire. So, yeah.
So for me, I'm looking at the Bears schedule right now. Like they got Washington. I'm not
You
Washington.
don't even have to
Kansas.
look at it.
I just look at it. I just want to see it. They got Kansas City today. They got Denver next week. They got the Commanders, Vikings, Raiders, Chargers, Saints, Panthers. They could honestly beat the Panthers.
They can barely beat
Detroit,
Denver.
Vikings.
I was going to say they're probably going to win against Denver.
Yeah, they might against the Raiders too.
Okay, so that'll be 3 wins. Okay, so that'll be 3. I mean, Arizona at the end of the schedule, that's 4. But
Listen, man. It's all a waiting game right now in Chicago. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude here, but isn't the owner like 98 years old?
She
I mean,
Yeah.
it's only a matter of time. They're just kind of waiting. Sadly, you don't need to sell the team. It'll be available here soon, in a polite way.
Well, and they want to get that new stadium because if they've got that and they own the stadium, which they will, that pumps up the value of the team by billions of dollars. But
Could be
Virginia
suspended.
McCaskey is well into her 90s. She hasn't been viable. Is that a good way to put it? She hasn't been engaged for a long time.
right.
Ah,
You see that again?
I see. Yeah, so it has to be about pushing that ref.
Yeah, must be.
Well, in all honesty, man, first off, I get why they get in front of players. You know, you want to break it up, you want to keep it down. But when you step into a middle of a heated debate, you're going to get pushed a little bit, guys. My God. Can we ease up on this? I mean, it's not like he swung at the ref. You know what I mean?
I can't stand Watson, but this would be the cheapest way to get somebody out of the league. They're just targeting them then.
Yeah, like I'd put a lawsuit on the NFL if they actually did that, dude. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not a Deshaun Watson fan, but if you're really gonna try and get out of a contract because he pushed, and it wasn't even a push, he just kind of moved him to the side. You know what I mean? Like I was watching that game, I seen it. It wasn't like he put him on his ass or anything. That's cheap, man. Seriously.
I seen a lot of players run over refs, run them over, and they didn't get any.
Okay, first off, how can you get Deshaun Watson fined for the face mask? Did anyone notice his finger was stuck inside of the face mask? He couldn't get his finger out. It was trapped in between the two little bars in his face mask. He didn't grab a hold of it. The dude was sitting there trying to pull his hand. We gotta stop, man. This is dumb. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm not the big Deshaun Watson fan, but I'm not gonna sit here and do this shit to the kid either. Like that's just messed up.
So that one kind of goes down to incidental, right? I mean, your hand was in the face mask. They're going to get you because it's in the face mask. But if they didn't think that the push was enough to put a flag on the field, I don't think you should be able to do any heavier after the fact type of things. You know, it's why I never like when a guy, you know, there's a hit in the game and then he gets a fine, but there wasn't a flag during the game. I've never liked that dynamic. Like sure, look further into it. If they didn't call it, keep it moving.
Right. Yeah, and I agree with you, man. If the ref that got shoved didn't throw a flag, then obviously he didn't feel like he was in any danger. So why are you stepping in, making this a bigger deal than what it's got to be?
Yeah,
that ref could have kicked him out of the game.
Yeah.
So, go back to the freaking dressing room because you're done.
Exactly. If he felt he was in any danger or he was a threat at any sense, he could have easily made that call, but he didn't. So just let it go, man. Come on.
Like the rest of the refs, right? Like it's not like he's the only guy on the field. So his counterparts also watched this happen. So any one of them could have thrown the flag there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, this is just the Browns trying to save some money at this point.
Because they messed up and they spent so much money to get him, and now they're going to lose. Now he's not doing that good.
Let's be honest, it's the Browns thing ever.
In all honesty, dude, I did some research on Deshaun's contract. Do you know that they set it up that if something would have happened to him this year and they had to release him, and his dead cap hit would be so much that they'd only have $10 million next year?
Yeah.
How are you supposed to put a team on the field with $10 million? You
Replace
can't do that.
Go and get Keanu Reeves and
Go get Keanu Reeves.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite movie of all time, bro. When it comes to sports replacements,
great movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one, Dad. That was good. I was like, Keanu Reeves, damn.
All right. So next up, who is the best team in the NFL right now? Let's start with AK on this one.
The replacements. Nah, dude, it's pretty sad whenever a deaf guy can catch better than the whole wide receivers on the New York Giants. Just saying, but no, the best NFL team right now. Everyone undefeated. I don't know, man. Like somebody said earlier, I think it was Bo. Even though every team's undefeated, man, they're all pretty crappy right now. I mean, heck, we're undefeated and we look like crap.
Right.
You know, so it's really hard to say who's the best team at this point, man, because everybody thought Kansas City would be 2-0 right now. You know, even Nick went out and had 20-0 tattooed on his body. Oh, what a mistake that was for him, you know, but I don't know, man. It's really tough to say. I mean, even one of these 1-1 teams could be the best. If I had to say it, man, right now, just looking at them all, sadly, it'd probably have to be Dallas. If we're gonna have to label one, it's got to be Dallas right now. After the first 2 weeks. Yeah.
Right. All right. Halftime. Who are you gonna say?
Listen, all like everybody's been saying, all these teams, they're not looking all that great. Like, but if you're asking right now, and you had to pick one, I go with Miami. Two is friggin' just lighting it up. Now Mitch just said, "Damn,
Shit, I want to change my answer now. I forgot all about Miami, dude.
Miami and Tua and that offense is just like working really, really like they're working awesome right now. So, but every team's going to start failing more and more and more, and you're going to see people start going down that didn't lose yet. So, right now, I would have to go with Miami.
All right, Bo.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Niners. That defense is stacked, and I mean that offense is probably one of the better looking offenses as far as not being so sloppy as a lot of the other teams. It's one of the things I actually don't like about the Eagles right now is despite the fact they have a ton of their talent back, they look like they've lost some of that swagger, some of that confidence that they had from last year. I don't know why, but they don't look like the same unit. So yeah, I'm definitely going with the Niners for going into week 3.
All right, Tim.
You can't tell anything yet, but if I want to pick somebody, I think Purdy has come back and looked really good. I think his arm is stronger since the surgery. But I'm going to go with the Niners just because of that defense. They have been dominating. I'd love to see right now a San Francisco-Dallas NFC Championship game if they're both playing as well as they are now. I think it'd be a great game.
All right, for me, I gotta go with the Dolphins. Sorry, AK, you're on your own on that one. Yeah, Tua is playing at MVP caliber level right now. If he can keep this up throughout the whole season, he's going to be MVP. But they're not playing without Waddle today. I don't think they're playing with Waddle. So
No.
I don't think that's.
He's out.
Yeah, he's
That's
out.
a big if he can stay healthy.
Yeah, it's a big if for Tua. Yeah. I just didn't want to say the Cowboys, so I'm agreeing with halftime now. AK, I'll give you the last chance. You want to change it?
Nope.
Okay. Alrighty then. Someone clip that. All right, but seriously, who's a surprising struggling player right now? Who's the player right now that's not playing up to the par that we're all knowing
Oh,
struggling for? Oh,
I would love to take this one.
You're up.
All
Well,
right.
oh, shoot.
My first all right. My first one, it's got to be
Can't have
Kenny.
all of them.
Well, I'm not.
Don't pick
Wait,
all of them.
wait. All of them. What are you talking about? I'm just taking one, bro. Kenny Pickett. Listen, man, I know that Canada is the reason for the struggles over there in Pittsburgh. But damn, dude, I'll tell you, Kenny Pickett looks suspect these first 2 weeks, making some throws that he shouldn't be making, not getting his good reads, and he's made some nice throws, but man, he's made some bad ones too. So my surprise struggling player is Kenny Pickett, but I give it more towards the offensive coordinator than him. But we'll see.
All right, halftime.
Damn. He took mine. So now,
I knew it. I knew it.
Were you going with Pickett too?
yes, I was because
Oh,
I'm
that's why I
against
went
Pickett.
first.
Damn. So now I got to bring and change my answer.
You want to go next?
I'll just skip me for a minute and go to somebody else.
Bo.
I mean, I'm going to go with Danny Nichols.
Good choice, man. Good choice.
I
There's
thought
been
they
no
were
times on
going
that field.
one.
So it's like I have never been as high on him as a lot of guys are, but I didn't expect him to play quite as poorly as he has been so far. So yeah, Daniel Jones definitely gets that for me.
All right, Tim.
Yeah, I'm going to say this is injury involved, but I've got two. I think Joe Burrow's surprised me.
Yeah.
They should just shut him down for the next 6 to 7 weeks
Oh.
and just try to get along without him. He surprised me as bad as he's looked. And I am surprised that Russell Wilson looks as bad as he has, because I thought when Sean Payton came in, they would spend the time and get on the same page.
So you're gonna have to pick a people player at this point.
Sorry, buddy.
Did I miss something? Oh, ha ha.
I was going Russell Wilson.
All right,
Well, real quick, I'll give you a minute to think, because I'll give you a minute to think, because I want to rebuttal on that. You know something? Sean Payton needs to start looking out, man, because after the comments he made about Hackett and his job last season, he's starting to go right down that same road, and that's why I said earlier in the year, he needs to be very careful, because if he comes out and he does the same damn job Hackett does, it don't matter if he feels and puts it out there that it's Russell Wilson or not. Everything's going to go right back on him for those exact comments he made.
You know,
I could
it's
see
funny,
Wilson. I could see Wilson being kicked out of the building by midseason.
He might be. Russell Wilson might be released. The way he's been playing like garbage.
So you release him.
And then when your coach is blaming him to the media, well, he's the problem why we lost the game. That does not look good on the coach. That don't look good on the player. I mean,
Don't look good on the babies he kisses either.
No.
yeah, it's a big dumpster fire. There's another one that's going to be a dumpster fire right now.
Yeah, it's funny because Peyton's going to get a lot of leeway here, and he keeps building it to be this is a Russell Wilson issue. So Wilson wasn't his guy; he inherited him, right? And he likes Stidham. So and Stidham's in the building. So I know they can't release him because the dead cap would be insane because this is the first year of his actual contract. But I could absolutely see him. You know, if they lose another game or two, them sitting him down and Stidham getting the start.
Hey, I got a question for you. Is there any chance at all? I don't know what his hit would be, but if he's really that into getting rid of him, and if anyone's desperate, and I know you said earlier, a la the cap, but maybe the Jets would be interested in getting him if they could figure out a way to rework his contract to make it fit.
So, the problem the Jets have is they have all of Rodgers money that he's still owed. Right, he has $75 million guaranteed that they got to pay out. So
Greedy
they
motherfucker.
right? Like they
Yo,
don't.
he restructured.
No, he restructured.
Oh, he
And he
did?
restructured.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
did a really team-friendly deal.
Yeah, no, he did.
He
He
took
did.
$35 million off his contract.
For sure, but he's still owed that 75 mil. That's the
Yeah,
guarantee part of it,
yes.
So they don't have any room in their cap, and there's no way that the Broncos were going to do what the Eagles did, where they just ate $44 million so Carson Wentz could, go park cars somewhere. They're just like, we'll take a pack of Big Red as long as you leave. We'll even pay you. Just go away. The Broncos can't do that. I think the dead cap for them is like 160 million or something. So I mean, they can't just eat that. So he gets to stay in the building for the next couple of years anyway. But whether or not they use him, that's entirely something else.
Only if you find a team that's willing to take on his contract. I mean, if you remember back in the day, the Broncos found the Texans to take on what was his name? Osweiler. Thank you. Yeah, that was another dumpster fire contract that Denver handed out. And then they ended up finding the Texans to take the whole contract on. So maybe there is a situation out there where they find someone desperate enough to do that.
AK, I got a question for you. My question for AK is, since his wife's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan,
yeah,
would she like it if Russell Wilson went over there?
She'd take Carson Wentz before Russell Wilson.
Okay.
Damn.
Well, and the reason I don't think Wilson's not going to end up at a Jets, or neither is Kirk Cousins, because what do you do if Rodgers comes back in a late season? Is he just going to take over for one of those two guys? It creates a whole problem. I do think Russell Wilson, if Tua goes down to a season-ending injury, which he could, I hope he doesn't, but I could see a Miami stepping up to replace him because they'll need to do something at that point. Then they can release him at the end of the year.
Like I don't even know what Tampa's salary looks like, but maybe Baker starts struggling over the next few weeks. I mean, maybe Denver or Tampa takes a chance at one of these guys. I don't know.
I see the Jets going for Carson Wentz.
Yes,
that's what I see the Jets doing. They're gonna go in free agency and pick somebody up because they know what Zach Wilson is. Everybody knows what Zach Wilson is. Zach Wilson is not even a backup quarterback. He can't get you a couple of games just to get by if somebody had a hamstring injury.
So, so halftime, is that your struggling player now?
Huh?
Is that your struggling player? We still need to hear one from you.
Yeah, Zach Wilson be the struggling player.
Right.
Like, he's horrible. I have him bottom of the bottom.
Bottom of the bottom.
He's the bottom. There's whale shit, and then there he is. He's underneath of it all.
Oh, damn. All right.
He's bad. I'm like, what do you want from me? He'll never win you. He can't win you a game. He just can't do it. He's that bad. He's horrible. I don't know what anybody's seen in him. But he's not.
Well, you ain't asking for much more with Carson Wentz either.
Right.
At least Carson Wentz can do something.
Well, and Carson Wentz is free.
Carson Wentz will be free.
You don't have to give up picks. You don't have to give him any real money.
You got that right. He should be free.
Well, he's still an upgrade from Wilson, though.
Yeah.
Because if you keep in mind when he played for the Colts, right, which is last full year anyway. He still had 3,500 yards and a 2-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. So, I mean, that'll win you a lot of games in this league, especially with their defense. So, I mean, going and getting Wentz, even though he's a head case, can't be any more of a head case than Wilson, right? So, I mean, honestly, I think it would be a good fit because as much as there's speculation that, maybe Rodgers with this new surgery could be back for the playoffs, you have to make it to the playoffs for that to matter. And Wilson ain't going to get you there. That being said, I got to jump off here, guys. Thanks for having me on. I got to get over to the NFC West show. So take it easy.
Appreciate it, man. I'll talk to
See
you
guys.
See you, Bo. So, for mine, who said Daniel Jones? I know someone did.
No. Oh, wait. I think that was Bo.
Did Bo say Daniel Jones? Because that's who I'm going. Actually, instead of a player, I'm going with the fan base. The whole Giants fan base is struggling right now. It's hilarious. I love it. Yeah, so Daniel Jones is my struggling player. So we're gonna do a new segment called Around the Mill. So each person will get 1 minute to say their piece about a certain topic. So I'm gonna start off with this one right here. T. Higgins' contract is on hold. His deal is unlikely. So halftime, what's your thoughts on T. Higgins?
I don't know why they. I I guess they can't pay him. Cincinnati's not going to pay him because they don't have the money.
Mm-hmm.
But T. Higgins is a good wide receiver. I mean, like where would he go? He's going to go somewhere. They should might as well just trade him if they're going to play that game with him because he's just going to be upset. And wide receivers are all freaking prima donnas anyway. So, and you don't want the bad blood. You don't want them to start something. So you might as well just, if you're not going to pay him, go get something for him. And right now you can get something for him.
Right.
So I would trade him if you're not going to pay him. And then you can have you get some draft picks or whatever.
All right. Tim, how do you feel about this? T. Higgins.
If you're, I know I'm piling on, but if you're not going to keep a guy like that, go and get some offensive lineman help for him because Burrow really needs that help even more than a wide receiver. If not, go and get a draft picks for him because he is talented and you can get something for him. But you're right. He's going to get really angry. He's going to become a cancer in the clubhouse. They're already in trouble with Burrow being down. So cut him or trade him off before he becomes a problem in the clubhouse.
AK.
Listen, I am a really big fan of T. Higgins. I think he's done a great job over there in Cincy, being Chase's number 2. He would be a number 1 on most teams that need wide receivers. He's a very big body, red zone threat. He can get up high and get it out of the sky and pick it. And, I'm telling you, man, he's a really good talent. I understand why, since he can't afford him, after paying Burrow and they need to be able to pay Chase here soon and stuff, you're going to have to let some people go. And unfortunately, that's just kind of the hard part of the NFL. And wherever he goes, he will shine. So, it sucks, but it does not surprise me at all.
You know what this kind of shows me? This would show me that the New York Giants fans will be begging for T. Higgins. And they'll be like, we'll give up anything. We'll give up this. We just suck right now. So, T. Higgins, if they can somehow get a couple draft picks or just an offensive lineman, because once you get sacked 7 times and still win the game, that is like, that is just funny and just sad all at the same time. I don't know how that was doable, but they did. So they really need to fix the offensive line to help Burrow out. And maybe you would sit out Burrow for a couple weeks just to see where they go from here. But yeah, T. Higgins, I see him leaving Cincinnati. So
and that's the thing too, if T. Higgins' contract comes up and you're sitting here at week 6 or whatever, and you obviously know your playoff hopes are gone, and you're not going to be able to afford him next year either. Why not trade him for a piece for next year? Whether that be an O lineman. T. Higgins, he holds some reasonable value. So you can go and get Burrow and O lineman for next year. You can go get something. Don't just let the kid walk.
Right.
Yeah,
they need to get something. So we also have a question from our wrestling guy, Earl Cole. How you doing, man? Thank you for stopping by. Which NFL team is strong in the red zone? So you guys can pick at least one team who's strong in the red zone in your opinion. So whoever wants to kick it off first, kick it off. Good question, Earl. I like this.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And hey, Coach Ed, how you doing, man? Good job streaming the Ohio State and Notre Dame game last night. Good job on that.
Miami looks good on they're pretty strong in the red zone too. So I'll go with Miami.
You go with Miami? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead. I'm sorry. I have to.
No. You're good. You're good.
You're good.
I take Dallas. I think they've looked strong. They've been creative.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna go with the 49ers on this one, man. You know, once you get down inside the 10 there, it's really hard to stop CMC from scoring. So, you know, they got, I know Ayuk was out this past week, but he's going to be back, and Debo does Debo shit. So, you know, and they got Kittle. So they got all tons of weapons for in the red zone. So I'll give it the 49ers.
All right. And before I answer, Coach Ed, you can pop on in if you want, man. It's on StreamYard. Hop on in. We would love to have you on. So for me, I just don't want to screw it. Halftime, I'm going to agree with you again. I'm going with the Dolphins. You son of a bitch. You keep on taking mine every single time.
We knew you wanted to take the Bears.
Hell yeah. Everybody wants the Bears.
Someone take the Bears. I dare you. All right. So for the next one, for around the mill, where is it? Oh, here we go. Aaron Rodgers targeting playoff return. How do you guys feel about this one? Do you think the Jets even have a shot to make the playoffs? Tim, let's start off with you on this one.
Again, with Zach Wilson, you're not going to make the playoffs. So why are we even discussing this? Aaron Rodgers, I still don't think he's coming back. He tore his Achilles heel. He's gone until next year at the earliest. He's 40 years old. It takes a while to learn. I was listening to Dan Marino earlier after his injury, and granted it was decades ago and things have advanced, but he was unable to get up on his toe for the rest of his career after that.
Right.
I just don't see Rodgers coming back, and I don't think he should. Take the time, come back completely healthy. This year is just a bust for the Jets. They should be used to it.
Yeah, halftime?
Yeah, just like Dad said over here, you know, why are we talking about when you know, Zach Wilson is not the answer. If they had another quarterback, all right, you might have a chance. But the quarterback's the problem with the Jets right now.
Yeah.
I mean, can Aaron Rodgers come back from this? Doubtful. But, you know, I know money talks and doctors do stuff and might come up with something. But still, to let it heal, I know he already had his surgery, to let it heal, then him being already, he has to rebuild that back up. It's no way. There's no way. I will be amazed if he can come back during this year. I would be amazed, but I don't see that happening.
I don't see it either. Tyler asked me to put this on here, so I'm like, for you, fine. AK?
Man, I've torn my Achilles heel once
Oh,
back in 7th grade.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, shit hurt. Like it wasn't like crying pain. It was more of like instant, like somebody just set a fire to my Achilles heel. Like it just felt like everything was on fire. But I will say this. It took me at least 6 to 8 months to come back from that. And I was a kid. You know, I was like 12. So it is hard. But I will say this. See, even my son agrees. At 40 years old, man, it's going to be hard to come back from any injury because your body just does not heal the way it used to when you were younger. And secondly, why the hell would you want to? Okay, one, you're just going to come back to get injured again. Hell, I'm sorry. I wouldn't even want to come back next year unless this O-line is fixed. Because at 41, you're just going to have the same issue. Next time it might be your shoulder, collarbone, or elbow, or something else, or rib, you know? Like, just, I'm sorry, man. I don't even know why the hell he picked the Jets. He would have better luck on the Packers right now. He should have stayed in Green Bay.
Got a better offensive line.
He has a way better offensive line in Green Bay to protect him. He has young weapons there that are really balling right now. His ego got in his way there. That's his problem. And his ego's getting in his way here now. If he wouldn't have taken up so much money, he might have an offensive line to protect him. But now he's taking up so much money, they're not going to be able to protect him now with even an offensive line. So even if you come back next year, you're just going to get injured again because they have nothing to help you with. So at this point, bro, you might as well just retire. Like, there's no point in even coming back anymore.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on this one. Aaron Rodgers, Hall of Fame great, one of the best quarterbacks of all time.
I'd
But
say he is the best. He's not the greatest of all time. I'm still going to put that between Tom Brady and a guy who won 5 championships in 7 years, Bart Starr. But Rodgers, for talent wise, he does things no other quarterback has ever been able to do. Somebody, I wish I could think of who said it. He's the GOAT. He's the best of all time.
Well, yeah, no, I 100% agree with that take. When it comes to passer, he is the greatest passer ever. I will say that. You know, you look at his stats. I believe the guy has 112 QBR for 19 years. Like, who the hell has 112 QBR in 19 years? He just got over 100 interceptions after 19 years. Just got over them. He was at 98 up until last year, the start of last year. So, I mean, granted, he doesn't have the Super Bowl rings to back it up like Tom Brady, but his stats, he's the best person to ever throw the football, in
Tom
my
Brady
opinion.
cheated, damn it.
It's not even about. I know, but it's not even about that. I'm just saying, when it comes to throwing the football, he is the best person ever.
Yeah.
Statistically, he has proven it.
Yes, to hands down, Aaron Rodgers. It's always Aaron freaking Rodgers. It was like when in Green Bay,
it's
everybody
Jalen
said,
freaking
"Yo,
Hurts.
he's a comeback guy." Like you were like, "Oh, Green Bay lost this game." No, here comes Aaron Rodgers, and it's halftime, and here comes Aaron Rodgers smoking the freaking ball down the field. So,
Yeah, like, no lie, dude. He's 3 for 3. He's the only quarterback to be 3 for 3 for Hail Marys.
yeah.
And he threw,
wow.
and no lie, man, he literally threw one to himself one time. Not really, but it was Rogers the Rogers.
Rodgers for Rodgers in Detroit. It was a great
Yeah.
throw.
Dude, I mean, listen, dude, and not just that, but this guy does the shit by flick of a wrist. He doesn't throw, man. I don't understand how the guy does it, but he's so powerful. His crossbody throws, his just everything he does is on target, man, and it is ridiculous. There will probably be never another one like him for a long time, dude.
I was
Seriously.
asked on another show earlier this week, Packer show, who's better, Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers? And I said, it's not even close.
It's Aaron Rodgers.
By 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
No, it's Aaron Rodgers. Brett Favre was a good quarterback,
He
but
was.
he does the chuck and duck. Like he would
Yeah.
just chuck the ball up, and I got to get out this way, and
He was a gunslinger.
No, he is a rejuvenated Josh Allen, bro. Josh Allen and Brett Favre play the same exact way. They are gunslingers, and they get it into very, very tight windows. And if you pick it off, oh well. They get off and they come back out and they dot you again. It's just who they are. They don't care about interceptions. They could be like, hey, I can throw 300, but if I throw 300 touchdowns and win 2 Super Bowls, I don't give a shit. It's just how they are.
Yep.
All right, so now we have the weekly pick'ems here. Give me a second. Let me pull this up. And I'm actually excited for this week, but last week I sucked. That was one of the worst pick'ems I've ever done. And damn you, halftime and AK, you guys killed.
Dude, I only had 4 wrong last week. I'm going for 100% this week.
I think I had 4 wrong or 5 wrong.
I really hate you guys for that. I had 8 wrong.
Hey, pick against me, and you're going to have a great week. Just take whatever I say and flip it.
All right. So first, I want to talk about this real quick. It's the Niners and the Giants. I mean, is this just like what's going on with the Giants here? I know they suck. I know they're not as good as all these Giants fans claim to be. But for me, what I'm talking about is if you replace Daniel Jones, right? If you replace him, is that actually going to make the team a whole lot better? Or did
Nope.
they need...
Nope.
Okay.
No. This is the question you need to ask. And me and Adam have been talking about this forever, man. they have very little cap room. Where the hell is their money?
They don't have no money.
Because they don't have players that are big names to be giving out this kind of money. So where the hell's your money? Like, it just does not make any sense, bro. They have so much money into so many people who aren't going to be on this team in 2 years, and it makes no sense.
Yeah. So there goes my question. I was like, okay, they need to add more. Got it. That was mine. And Coach said goes O line is an issue. I
Yep.
think, AK, didn't you and I talk about this once? And it was just like, who's on their offensive line? What did we
I've said a lot of shit, man. I can't remember it all. And everything I've said has came true so far for the Giants. So, I mean, it's all good, man.
I think the Giants were as good as they were going to get last year.
Well, they got gifted, man, because everyone else was just so much worse. You know, the Saints aren't bad this year. The Falcons aren't bad so far this year. You know, you're not going up against the same teams you were last year. The schedule's gotten harder. Your team didn't increase, and I'm telling you, man, it was just one of those fluke seasons. And I said it well before the season started. They're a 5-win team at best this year, man. They are,
I have
and
understood.
I got so much hate for that because I just hate on the Giants. No, it's a fucking fact, and I've said it many times. If their team was our team, I'd be saying the same shit about our team. We're a 5-win team. I could not sit there and say 11-6. No way in hell could you pay me enough to say that. Like, I'm sorry, man.
No, all good, all good. So let's get to the more important games because I'm going to lose my mind for that one. Titans and Browns. So let's start off with Tim on this one.
You know, the Browns have looked decent, but I just have a gut feeling Tennessee's going to win this game. They're going to go into Cleveland and they're going to take it.
All right, halftime.
I got Tennessee.
Okay.
You know, the Browns, Deshaun Watson, I don't think he's playing really good football, and now, you know, so they just lost Nick Chubb. I know they went and got Kareem Hunt, but they're down a running back.
Yep.
So who knows what's going to happen? But I really think the Titans pull this one off. I mean, it's not. I don't think it's going to be a good game. I think it's one of them bad games. But I think the Titans pull this one off barely, but they're going to pull it off.
All right, AK, you going for the Titans too?
Yeah. Listen,
Woohoo!
I like the Browns. I do. Their defense is really good. Jim Schwartz, being their defensive coordinator, has really, really brought some life to the defensive side of that team. Son, calm down. And
Crazy.
yeah, well, he's mad because I'm talking Browns, I guess. But no. It's just the absence of Nick Chubb now, dude. They're not going to be inclined to stack the box anymore on this offense for the Browns because the threat's not there. There's a reason they let Kareem Hunt walk this past offseason because he's not the explosive player he once was. You know, so yeah, he'll do good in Cleveland, but he's not going to be no Nick Chubb. So unfortunately, I got to go with Tennessee in this one, but I hope I'm not wrong because I'm trying for 100%.
All right, I'm going for the Browns here. So if I get this one right, woohoo! But I just don't trust the Titans' defense. I just don't. I'm not a big fan of their defense. So on that note, I hope their new running back or the backup. What is his name again? What's his name? The new running back or the backup? That's starting
For who?
For Browns.
It's Hunt.
No, it's not.
Ford, the other guy?
Ford, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see him if he can actually step up against this defense who I don't really trust.
Well, see, dude, I'd be all inclined to go Cleveland with you, but Watson has not looked like Watson, man. Like, the dude is struggling. And
oh, that should have been your surprise struggling player.
well, It's not a surprise though to me. I mean, I didn't think Watson looked all that great last year when he came back for the last 7 games. And what we heard in the offseason this year about, when we played him in joint practice and stuff, I was like, oh, he's having issues. And it's still that way. But I don't know. If he can somehow find his former self from the Texans, we might talk different here later on in the season. But right now, it's not looking that great. He looks good, but he don't look great.
All right. So, Falcons and the Lions.
I hate this game.
I hate this game. So for that, you start first.
I'm going to go the Lions on this one, man. I like Atlanta. Oh, man, do I like them. Like we said earlier, they haven't even got their passing game going yet. Detroit's defense scares me late in games. I will say that. They seem to get a little more cushiony late in the game, especially when they have the lead, which lets teams come back. But I'm safe. I think Detroit's got this
one. All right. Halftime.
Okay. Good job. I got Detroit, and hey, Jay hit that right on the head. He hit that spot on. I think Atlanta is just going to have their downfall on this one. It's going to be Detroit's defense is good, but I think, the Detroit's offense is a little bit better. I like both running backs on both the teams, but I just got Detroit. This one's a coin flip, really. This is going to be a good game. I want to watch this one.
Ooh, shit.
What?
Nope. No. Let Tim go. I'll say after him. Go ahead.
Right.
This is going to come down to whether Bijan Robinson runs like he did last week against Green Bay. If he does, the Falcons have a great shot at winning. I think at home, though, Jared Goff has still got something to prove. I think Detroit is just a little bit better, and I think they're going to pull it out at the end. But I wouldn't be surprised if Atlanta wins.
I would not be either, but I got the Lions here just for the fact that Aiden Hutchinson has been an absolute animal. And I feel like against this offensive line, Hutchinson is going to have a day. So, AK, what were you talking about, man?
I'm changing my vote. I'm going with the Falcons. No, I am, because check it out, man. You got Gardner Johnson injured in that secondary for Detroit, which means everybody's going to try to be stopping Bijan and Gibbs, or Bijan and how do you say that? Tygier or whatever the heck his name is for the Falcons, the other guy, their other halfback who's really good. Detroit's going to have to move up to stop them, and I believe this is where their passing game comes in with Kyle Pitts and London, because they're without Chauncey in that secondary. So I'm going to give it to Falcons here.
Ritter missed some really open people last week. He looked good when he had a chance to run, but he wasn't that accurate. So I agree. I think Hutchinson's going to be in his backfield all day long.
We'll see. I'm just going for a wild card here. Yeah. I don't know why, but I feel different, so I switched it.
All right. I hope Atlanta loses now.
They probably will.
They're going to 100%. Saints and the Packers. So, let's start off with halftime on this
one. I have the Packers. I think Jordan Love, he had a bad game last week. Let's be honest. He wasn't underneath center, and the running backs over there trying to show him where his center is, and he had a little communication problems. But I think Jordan Love's gonna pull this one off, and his passing has been pretty damn good. And his passing ain't been the problem. So
thank you.
Yeah. So I think Jordan Love's gonna pull this one out his ass, and he's gonna beat the Saints.
All right. AK, and then we'll go with Tim.
Well, this is Tim's team, and I hope he rides with me on this one. Listen, Love's been doing good things over there. I know he's not on thinking of my aspect of the kid yet, but he will eventually someday. This kid's going to do good things for Green Bay. He's going to be there a while. I truly believe that. You can see a lot of Aaron Rodgers throwing motion in it. He has really focused and paid attention to Aaron Rodgers these last 4 years. You can tell the kid has learned a lot from him. And, like I said last week, yeah, he had a rough game, but he was without Bakhtiari. He was without A.J. Dillon, without Watson.
No, he was
and
without Aaron Jones.
or Aaron Jones. Sorry, yeah, I meant Jones. But that's what I'm saying, man. This kid has been going the first 2 weeks even without Watson. So he's had injuries offensively. I'm going Green Bay with this, man. I like what the Saints have done in the offseason. They look good, but I'm riding this one out until my hot hand isn't hot anymore. So I'm going Green Bay.
All right, Tim.
My biggest concern with Love so far is his voice is not very loud when he's behind center. You got used to Aaron Rodgers with his cadence trying to draw people off sides. I haven't heard Love once when he's been behind the ball. That being said, I think Jones is going to be back this week. I think Christian Watson's going to be back. Jordan has been very, very solid. Don't get me wrong. I love him. He's got a great attitude. He's a great kid. I root for him to be the next Hall of Fame quarterback for the Packers.
Mhm.
He hasn't thrown an interception yet, knock on wood. It's going to be a close game, but it's in Lambeau. He's going to have the entire crowd behind him. And I think he's going to have a great game, and I think the Packers win.
Well, I'm going by myself again. Looks like I'm going with the Saints.
You'll learn someday, Mitch.
I'll learn someday. Okay, I want to hear that after this game. Okay.
Okay.
After this game.
Fair enough.
So for the Saints, I like what they did in the offseason, like what AK said. I mean, just with their defense alone, I like this, man. I really do. I don't know if Jordan Love can bounce back. I think he's going to have a difficult time. I know Aaron Jones is back. I know Watson is back. But
what do you mean bounce back? He had a decent game. The problem in the fourth quarter was the calling by the coach. He turtled.
Yeah.
It wasn't Love. That was LaFleur.
Oh, that was LaFleur? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So for me, I got the Saints.
Sorry.
Dolphins, Broncos. Okay, is everyone going Dolphins here?
Yeah.
Well, sure as hell ain't going Broncos.
I picked the Broncos last week against the Commanders. I got it wrong, so I'm going Dolphins.
What's good, Slay? How you doing, sir?
Hey, what is up, man? Thank you for stopping by. It's been a long time no see.
It's good.
All right. So, Vikings, Chargers.
Oh, my God.
For that halftime, you go first.
I got to go Chargers. I mean, Vikings defense is horrible. I mean, they can't stop the run. You seen it with the Eagles.
Eckler's out.
So we have their corners are not that good. So I just got the Chargers, and I know they're all both 0-2. The Chargers finally got to win one. So I'm picking on the Chargers winning, and then the Vikings are going to be 0-3.
All right, Tim.
Just from the sheer fact that the Chargers have better talent on their team than the Vikings do, they've got to win. I'm shocked they're 0-2 as it is. Minnesota is a horrific place to play, but I think the Chargers are going to go in and get their first win.
All right, AK.
Yeah, no, man. Listen, Slay's not wrong. Whether they win or lose, Jefferson's going to have a field day. Always, every day, all day. But I got to go to the Chargers with this one as well. They have looked good the first 2 weeks. They lost to Miami the first week. I can't fault them for that. That was a heck of a shootout, and that was one hell of a game.
That's a good game, yes.
Last week, once again, I'm going to sit here and say that they lost due to their coaching again. But listen, man, the Chargers they have always had bad luck these last 2 years, and hopefully they can start turning things around in this game. And I'm going with the Chargers only because Minnesota's defense is just straight trash.
It is. It is. So on that note, I'm not going by myself on this one. I'm not. I'm not going by myself on this one.
Oh, be brave.
Hey, I went by myself on 2 games. Leave me alone. I was trying to be nice. Pick
No,
the
you're good.
Vikings because the
Don't be
Vikings.
nice. You can't
Don't be
be
nice, little buckaroo. Come on. Take the Vikings.
You be nice? Since when?
Oh my God! Don't even get me started on that. But the one thing that kind of makes me nervous a little bit is that the Chargers are without Austin Eckler. I know they're not a big run-heavy team. They're still a throw team, but that's still going to hurt them. So for that, I'm still sticking with the Chargers.
I hope Williams comes out now and gets over 150 yards and makes you swallow that pill very hard.
Hey, if they win
I
the game, that's
picked out,
fine.
but I went back.
If they win the game, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I am too, because he's on my fantasy team.
Patriots and the Jets. Let's start off with AK on this one.
Oh, dude, I'm so going Patriots, man. Mac Jones has looked really good. I gave the kid a lot of shit this offseason. I got to stop doing that because, somebody made me eat my words last year. So maybe I should stop being a little harsh on these guys. But, Mac has came out and he's done a good job. And their defense is really good, man. Really good. So I think it's going to be a little too much for little Zach there. So, yeah, I'm going Patriots.
All right, halftime.
Yeah, I think both quarterbacks suck, and I think it's just going to be a defensive game. And I'm going to go with the Jets on this, and I think they're going to win because of their defense. But I don't even like this game.
Belichick owns the Jets.
Yeah, I'm just picking the Jets just because everybody says Belichick owns the Jets.
All right, Tim.
I'm taking the Patriots. I think Belichick just knows how to win there. And I know everybody loves Zach Wilson, but I don't think he's going to have a very good day. So New England will win in the end.
All right,
You mean the mums love Zach Wilson?
Yeah.
And the guys love Zach Wilson's girlfriend, but
yeah, I thought they broke up.
he's got another one. He's got like a beeline for hot blonde.
He's Zach Wilson, bro. He's probably got a checklist. Like, just next.
By the way, off topic for just a second. Is
Yeah.
the Notre Dame quarterback from last night, is he a model or is he a quarterback?
Dude, he's got nice hair.
He does. He's got great hair.
He's got really nice hair, bro. I'm jelly.
Next to Jimmy Garoppolo, he is the prettiest man in all of football.
Yeah, he should have played Ken and Barbie, bro.
What the hell's going on?
Okay,
To derail the
next
show
game.
somehow.
That's a good one. That was a good one, though.
Nah,
Next
dude,
game.
you know what my wife will always tell you, bro? She wants her quarterbacks ugly and fucked up because they're the ones who win games. And I'll tell you what, she ain't lying.
Yeah.
All right.
Prettiest man I ever saw.
All right. Bills, Commanders. Left hand up.
This is my upset.
Okay.
Go.
Oh,
Oh, now you want me to go.
You said it's the upset.
I'm like,
Nah,
okay,
man,
let's go for it.
definitely. Like I told you, man, I really like Sam Howell. A lot of people, gave Sam Howell a lot of shit his senior year in college, but you know what? Half of his team graduated from his junior year. That's why his passing numbers went down. He was asked more to run his senior year than he was to throw. So I'm going to go with Sam Howell here, man. The kid is very underrated. I'm not saying he's going to be elite. He's just going to be functional. He's got a bright future ahead of him. The Bills are struggling right now, man. I know they got a good defense, But you know what? Washington, they have a lot of energy right now. They are 2-0 for the first time in a long freaking time. And they got a lot of emotion. They like their quarterback. They're finally happy that their owner is gone. It's just a whole new era for Washington. So I got this upset, man, and I like Bijan. Bijan, or not Bijan. I wanted to say Bijan because his last name's Robinson, but it's not Bijan. It is Brian Robinson, though, I think.
Yeah.
Robinson's a beast at halfback, man. Pretty much took over that position, and they got good wide receivers. Their defense is playing well. So, yeah, man, I got Washington on this upset.
All right. Hey, oh my God, halftime.
I got Buffalo. Josh Allen has to win this game. He has to. Hands down, he has to, or they're going to have to really take a look at him and figure out if they're going to keep him as the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills or what. But he's not been playing good. He already has, I think he's leading the league in interceptions already. And he's already fighting with his wide receiver Diggs. So, you need I think Buffalo comes out with this win. But if Josh, and I'm not saying that Washington don't have a chance. Washington does have a chance. If Washington does beat Buffalo, they're going to have to really look at Josh Allen on this.
Yep. All right, Tim.
I can't believe it's 90% picked Buffalo.
Right?
Allen's looked okay in one game. He looked good in one game. He's looked horrific. I like Ron Rivera. He's going to have the defense ready. I'm also taking Washington. I refuse to call them the Commanders. I think the Washington football team is going to win this.
I'm going with Buffalo just for the fact that Josh Allen needs to have a better game. I think Diggs is going to have a better game. And I think I want to see the Commanders lose. And then once we play them against next week, we'll beat them. And then they'll go to 2-2. And then I'll keep on saying left hand up or left hand down or whatever. Him and Diggs aren't fighting. Well, there's that. So there you go. They're on a good page now.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are.
They are fighting.
They are? Oh, okay.
Yes, they're fighting. I don't know where he got that from, but yes,
It's
they're
spongy, first of all. Yeah, it's spongy, so. All right. Anyone going Texans?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Dougie P.
Anyone going Colts?
No.
Nope.
AK?
No. Even with all the injuries, if it was another team, maybe, but not the Colts.
Anyone going Carolina?
No.
No.
Anyone going Bears?
No.
Chiefs by 846 points.
Man.
Anyone going Cardinals?
No. Watch them all.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. If there is a game to lose, this one would be the one for them.
That would be hilarious.
And the only reason I say that is because they just truly think it's just going to be one of those ones they just walk in and walk out.
McCarthy won't let him think that. He wants this too bad now.
We've seen them lose the other teams they shouldn't have lost to.
We have.
He won't.
I hope not,
Mike.
because they'll never live it down.
I like Mike.
Yeah, Tomlin for sure. Even though Canada needs to go, not the state, the offensive coordinator.
I'm going Raiders.
You're a madman.
Devontae Adams.
First of all, I gotta get past you somehow, so I gotta make a bold one. So I'm going Raiders, and Kenny Pickett is not the
Did any of you guys notice that Josh Jacobs had -2 yards rushing last week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's got to be a concern, bro. Josh Jacobs, -2. Come on. Come on.
TJ Watt.
Yeah, come on. And Highsmith is going crazy right now, dude. Good luck.
Devontae Adams is regretting his decision to go to
Yep.
Las Vegas. He's not loving life right now. I think
So,
Steelers win.
Halftime, I'll give you your last chance. Are you changing?
No, I'm not changing. I don't change.
Okay, Eagles and Bucks.
Eagles.
Is anyone going Buccaneers? No. Tim, are you?
No, even though it's in Tampa and it's a miserable place to play this time of the year because it's so hot, you still have Baker Mayfield as your quarterback, and he's going to come back to earth this week.
Last game. Rams, Bengals. This is my upset of the week.
Why would it be your upset when Joe Burrow's not playing?
Yeah.
They're 0-2. How's it an upset?
Well, looking at percentage-wise.
Oh.
That's just everyone in Cincinnati voting.
Yeah. Joe Burrow's not playing, and if he does play, I think it'd be stupid on Cincinnati Bengals part. You should let him sit and heal. So I got the Rams. If Cincinnati takes as you just signed him to that big contract, and you already say, all right, go play. No, I think you should sit him and let him heal right, because he's your franchise quarterback for a while.
Yeah.
So, question: was his calf muscle injury, is that on the same leg he tore his ACL his rookie year?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Listen, you got to let this guy sit, all right? Because if you don't, you're not going to have him anymore. You're going to Andrew Luck. You're going to Andrew Luck this kid. Like, don't do it. Stop.
I thought it was his Achilles when I first saw the injury. He should be out for the next. Put him on the PUP list so there's not even a temptation to play him, and just let him sit for a while.
And the fact that Aaron Donald is going up against the Bengals offensive line, I have a hot take. Aaron Donald's getting 3 sacks.
Oh.
Okay, go out on a limb.
Cincinnati puts a backup quarterback, and that's not.
No, if it happens or not, I don't care. If it happens or not. But, oh, by the way, I just saw this. Chargers cornerback J.C. Jackson is a healthy scratch against the Vikings. So
A healthy scratch.
What's that mean?
I don't know.
How are you?
That's what happened with Rashad Penny. He was a healthy scratch week 1.
Listen, I'm used to my team doing stupid shit with halfbacks. That doesn't surprise me. Okay, that doesn't. But to scratch and healthy scratch your top corner.
Well, Adam Schefter said it's a healthy and active. Okay.
Okay.
All
I
right.
don't know what that means.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Oh, okay. So the inactive. Hold on, let me do that. The inactives for the Packers: Aaron Jones, David. What is that? The left tackle. Bacchiardi. Christian Watson is not playing. Oh wait, is he playing? Because it says inactives and oh, I guess he is. Okay, and Jake Alexander.
Well, shit, I gotta change that then. Finally, I can start this kid. He's only been sitting on my bench 2 damn weeks.
Yeah. So the Falcons cornerback Jeff Okuda is active. J.C. Jackson, healthy scratch. Jaguars wide receiver Zay Jones is out. DeAndre Hopkins for the Titans is active. And the Dolphins running back Salvin Ahmed is out. Okay. That's all I see here. Okay.
Well, good luck in fantasy today, boys.
Yeah, I'm against Blaze in one of my leagues. And then, yeah. So, anyone got any of hot takes for the games today or tomorrow for Monday night? Maybe he was late to a meeting or practice. Maybe. Watson is out on fantasy. For me, just got the notification. So,
Christian
Oh, that
Watson's out
sucks.
again?
who?
Who's which Watson?
Wait, which Watson? Deshaun or Christian?
I think he means Christian Watson.
Damn.
That can't happen, dog.
I can't understand why. I know he's had a hamstring strain, but good Lord, kid, get on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as Jones is playing, I still think the Packers have a good shot because Romeo Dobbs is the real deal and Reed has looked really good.
Yeah.
But you got to get that kid out there. I mean, he reminds me of that kid from North Dallas 40. Take a needle, get out there and run. Old
Oh,
movie reference, sorry, but it's a
makes
great movie.
makes me feel like this injury is a lot worse than what they're letting on to
Yeah.
be. You know, the more and more he sits out, it's like, all right, what did he really do?
He practiced, I think, one day this week. I thought he was going to play today.
Well,
Well, I feel pretty on good on picking against the Packers.
Oh, shut up. Uh,
and still, man, he's been without him the first 2
Yeah.
weeks and still's been balling. So whatever.
He looks great in the pocket. I mean,
Yeah.
the Packers have a decent offensive line, but his pocket presence has been really good. And whoever said it earlier, he's taken his lessons from Rodgers very well. He sat back, he
Mhm.
learned the way Rodgers did from Favre. I mean, the way he threw the ball completely changed in his first 3 years. Hot take for me, Jonathan Taylor will be traded in the next 2 weeks. And
Yeah.
it's going to be to Green Bay or Miami.
All right, half
Now you see now he
I need
took
him.
mine too.
Everyone's taking mine and yours.
What the hell do you need Taylor for? You got Dylan and Jones.
Dylan has not been great. Jones is not going to be with the team next year due to contract. I don't think. I want Jonathan Taylor. That's why they're going to do it because they know I want him.
Oh,
I mean, aren't you a partial owner of the Packers?
Of course.
Hey, you know what? Just piss. Why don't you go piss Aaron Rodgers back off and just
Yeah.
bring Devontae Adams home? Give
I'd
him
love
Adams.
to see that. I mean, I don't think Adams is going to be in Vegas next year. I think he knows he made a really bad decision going there. Will he be with the Jets? I don't know. Could I see him back in Green Bay? I think he wishes he would have stayed there and just saddled up with Love so far.
Dude, I'm telling you what, him and Love would make a great combo.
Oh my God. I'm telling you.
That would be great.
But yeah, my surprise take is like I said earlier, Najee gets traded within the next 2 weeks. Dumbest move ever, but it is what it is. I mean, hell, I said the same thing whenever they traded who was the wide receiver that they had? Emmanuel Sanders. When they traded Emmanuel Sanders back in the day, I looked at my wife and I said, "Well, that's the biggest mistake you're ever going to make." It was, because he ended up being an All-Pro. So, we'll see.
I actually just found something that I find kind of interesting. So, the first NFL quarterback to lose starting job in 2023 odds, according to Bet Online. So, number one, halftime is your boy, Kenny Pickett. And then 2, Mac Jones, 3, Russell Wilson, 4, Tannehill, 5, CJ Stroud, 6, Anthony Richardson.
None of the rookies should be on this list.
Right? That's exactly what I'm saying. Baker Mayfield, 7, Bryce Young, 8, Garoppolo, 9, Kirk Cousins, 10, he should be higher. Sam Howell, okay, why?
That's disgraceful.
Justin Fields should be probably higher up, maybe?
yeah.
But, yeah. When I saw this, the first thing I thought
Oh
of.
my. Can I change my Packers pick?
Why?
Why?
Aaron Jones, Jair Alexander, Christian Watson, all out for the Packers.
Hmm.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Wait, Jones is out again?
Yeah.
For what?
I don't know. I mean,
Oh my God.
he pulled up with a slight hammy in that first game, but I thought he'd be back this week. Alexander being out is going to hurt. And Watson, God,
I'm telling you what, man, if this kid keeps this game close, people better start realizing soon, man, because I'm telling you what, Green Bay has really thrown the book at this kid the first 3 weeks. They really have. In every game, he just keeps going and keeps going. If he wins this game or loses by 3, I'm still giving him props, because I'll tell you what, that's a hell of a feat, man. That's some major pieces to your offense alone. Now your corner too? Shit. Good luck, man.
Well, the fans are going to try to put him on their shoulders and lead them to victory. I'm sticking with them in the game. But
Yeah, I will
it's going to
too.
be tough. It's all your fault, Mitch.
That's like the theme of this network. Everyone blames me. It's perfect. It's perfect. But thank you guys for everyone tuning in. We had like 12 or 13 people at one point. You guys are awesome. Thank you all for your support. We'll be back next week. And make sure you hit the like and subscribe to everyone's channels, and especially the Hardcore Sports Network. We're close to 800 subs over here. And yes, guys, we are out. Everyone have a good one, and peace.
Later.